Hi guys, welcome to Technical Tuesday. My name's Andy Dudley and behind me is the Anaconda J12 jaw crusher. Anaconda was formed in 2005 and are backed by McClanahan. The Anaconda range is produced in Northern Ireland. Let me take you around the J12 and I'll show you some of the features and benefits. Starting at the back of the machine, we've got the infeed hopper. So on either side of the infeed hopper we have two foldable greedy boards. The infeed hopper is a vibrating infeed hopper, and as the material comes along, once it gets to about halfway, we have a grizzly in there, so that separates anything from 2" and under, and that drops down through onto a blanking plate or a further screen. So if you've got a screen fitted underneath your grizzly, that separates the fines and they will drop into this side conveyor here, and that will then go out the side of the machine. If you fit a blanking plate in there, that material then carries on down into a chute and then ends up coming out the front of the machine on the main conveyor. So as the material is exiting the infeed hopper, anything over 2" drops into the crushing chamber. Now the crushing chamber on this machine is 1140mm by 700mm. We'll take a look now. Here you can see we've got a better view of the infeed. So the material vibrates along the infeed hopper over the top of the grizzly, and underneath the grizzly we can see we've got a screen under there as well. Then the oversized material drops into the hydraulically driven jaw crusher. Power in the J12 is a Cummins 380 horsepower stage 5 diesel engine. You can see I've got the panels open to gain access to the engine, but also the panels above the engine open to get all-round access. On the left-hand side of the engine in here, that's where you've got access to engine oil dipstick, engine oil filter. This side of the panel, looking up here, we've got access to the hydraulic tank. So we have a sight gauge on there so you can see at a glance the hydraulic oil level. And here at the back of the machine, we've got the fuel tank. Again, fuel tank is fitted with sight glasses for easy viewing of fuel level. At the front of the machine, we've got the discharge conveyor. This conveyor can be altered in height, so it can come down as low as near horizontal. Above, as standard, we have an overband magnet to separate any of the ferrous materials. So the standard overband magnet can be configured to discharge on either side of the machine. Not only that, we can speed up and slow down how quick that overband runs. Also, you can see here the cooling package for the engine and hydraulics. Further on this side of the machine, we've got the fines conveyor. This can be folded up out of the way with a lever here, and then the lever next to it is for the foldable greedy board on this side of the hopper. At the control panel, you can see we've got two radio remotes. The one here is purely for tracking the machine around, and this remote here is for the feeder system. What we'll do now is go further into the screen so you can see some of the adjustments that we can carry out on the crushing chamber. One of the main features about the J12 is how adjustable the crushing chamber is. So if we press the button here, we can now adjust the CSS from its maximum setting of 175, and we can adjust that down to 50mm on this button here. Then also we can adjust the speed of the crushing chamber from 250, 275 and 300 RPM. The main benefit about this is it can all be done with the machine running. You don't have to shut it down to carry out these adjustments. Further adjustments on the screen, we have a button here so we can change the jaw crusher from forward to reverse. The next setting down here, we can actually rock it backwards and forwards. So if you have got some material that's bridged in there, you can actually rock the jaws backwards and forwards. And the next button down here, if you get an uncrushable in that chamber, press the button here and that will open the chamber up to 200mm and let the uncrushable out at the bottom. There is an automatic feature on here, whereas if this pressure exceeds 200 bar, then this function here will happen automatically. So further functions we've got on this screen, we have a button here where we can adjust the tracking speed of the machine. This button here allows us to power up the hydraulics for moving the conveyors. The next button here is a service and maintenance button. So we can press there, that gets us into the service maintenance side, but also here we can switch on the magic eye system. So the infeed hopper has a magic eye that looks at the level of material in there. As that level builds up in the hopper, it will actually switch off the vibratory hopper to stop it overfeeding the jaws. Here we have an alarm system, so when we press that, we can see on here if there's any active fault codes, be it that from the engine or from the machine itself. And over here we've got engine parameters, so you can see at a glance exactly what the engine's doing. We can see battery voltage, we can see how many hours the engine has run, we can see how many hours the jaw crush has run. Thank you guys for watching Technical Tuesday. If you do have any questions about the machine, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below, or alternatively give our office a call on 01476 568 384, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.